We all want the most out of our phones, even if it means getting one with every feature possible, but I think there are some features that do not really matter that much and should not be considered when getting a newer phone or an upgrade, unless you're that kind of guy that wants all the bells and whistles. Anyway, with your help and my experience, I've gathered 5 features smartphone companies heavily market to make consumers upgrade, but in real sense, they aren't that worth it. Hey guys, what's up? This is Philip's Future. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more tech content just like this one. Anyway, without wasting much time, let's jump right in. Kicking off with the 5th feature, might not essentially be a feature, but I know you've probably heard this phrase somewhere. Do not buy a phone because of promised future updates, and that's true to some extent. In as much as we love software updates, I think that should not be a basis for you to consider before picking up a phone. Software updates are great, don't get me wrong. Some comes with newer features on top of existing ones, but what you get when the phone launches should be at least the best of what you'll experience from the phone for the period you'll be having it. Just because a company launched a phone and say that they'll offer newer features in the future should not be what you consider before getting a phone. We all want faster internet speeds, and I agree that 5G offers even faster speeds than 4G LTE, but it comes at a cost. One and the bigger one is the availability. 5G is a newer technology, which means it might take some time for carriers to make it available to you. Like for me, I got a 5G capable phone last year, but till date, I've never gotten the advantage of it. Other than that, having faster speeds is still fine. You get faster download speeds, but get ready for your data to be consumed much faster. All this is to mean that even if a manufacturer hypes 5G in the new phone right now, you'll probably get 100% of it in the next few years to come, so it's safe to say that you don't need 5G right now unless you come from an area with 5G. Same as the promised software updates, more people agree that 5G isn't important right now. Talking of hype, most phone companies overmarket specific features of a phone to a point of making consumers expect more out of the hype by default. We've probably experienced this. Just to put in some perspective, OnePlus recently launched the OnePlus 9 series, great devices by the way, but before that, if you follow them, you saw how much they tweeted and shared how their cameras have been improved with the new partnership with Hasselblad. That hype created an expectation from us consumers, and many people expected to be blown out compared to the previous OnePlus devices, which to some extent came out true, but we've all seen how that has affected them, and that wasn't their main goal. To make it simpler, hype is fine, but don't rely on the hype created on a specific feature to let you decide to pick a phone or not. Hope that makes sense. Now to my top 2. Number 2 being Quad HD Plus displays or any other display bigger than 1080p. I had a OnePlus 8 with a resolution of 2400 by 1080 pixels, and everything was stack sharp from videos to pictures to generally using the apps I use, and not even once did I feel like it was a lower quality display. Anyway, I recently upgraded to the 8 Pro. This one here has a Quad HD Plus display, which is turned off by default. So I quickly switched to the 1440p mode, and even though it's a higher pixel density display, I didn't see any difference at all until I peeped and looked for it. Of course, this will change if it's a bigger screen or a smaller one, but for the most part, a 1080p is way better in all ways unless you just want that extra clarity, which I said it's hard to notice on displays this small. From the poll, most of the people actually agreed that Full HD Plus resolution displays are just fine. Higher refresh rates on phones is a must-have feature, and once you use a phone with 90 or 120 Hz, going back to a 60 Hz display will feel like a step back in performance. For reference, I switched from a 60 Hz OnePlus 6 to the regular OnePlus 8 with a 90 Hz display, and immediately noticed a very huge difference in refresh rate. Recently I got the OnePlus 8 Pro, which has a 120Hz display, and to be honest, I don't think I see any huge difference from the regular OnePlus 8. The OnePlus 8 was still a faster phone with that 90Hz, and 120Hz felt like a very minor upgrade, And this is where the law of diminishing returns applies. What I mean is that if you're coming from a 60Hz phone to a 90Hz or 120Hz phone, you'll notice a very huge boost in fluidity, but coming from a 90 to 120, unless you're keen enough, you won't even notice anything mind-blowing. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with me. So if it's a must to get a phone with a higher refresh rate, 90Hz will just be fine. This one was close to a tie, with just a small percentage of users saying higher refresh rate is a must feature to have. Again, I'm not saying that 120Hz or any of these features are useless, but for the average consumer, these features do not really impact that much unless you want every feature possible in a phone. Unfortunately, I'm that kind of a person, and that's why I made this video out of experiences I've had in the past. These are just a few features, and if this video does well, I'll probably make another one. Anyway, I hope you found it helpful. Thanks for sticking around till the end if you did. If you enjoyed watching, drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye guys, and most of all, stay safe.